What is up, everybody, and welcome once again to the Unrelated Sports Podcast. I am Andy McConnell. He is the guy that hates football, Cody Allstat.
Yeah,
Cody,
not
how
a
are we
fan.
doing?
Well, I'll be fine for the first little bit of our podcast when we're talking about anything other than football. And then once we get to football, I'll be sad.
Oh, okay. Well, what if I just wanted to talk about football?
Well, we're the leading sports podcast in women's sports, and that would mean we were glossing over some major events there.
That is true.
Why does our internet suck
That is very
tonight?
true. I mean, there were some. I don't know why your internet sucks. I think mine's good. I think it is actually. I think it's just your.
Yeah, I think it's actually me today.
Yeah, for once, it's not me.
Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah, I mean, first off, how was your weekend aside from football?
I don't really. I have to stop and think about what we did. It was kind of pretty chill, actually.
Nice.
It was. Yeah, we went to both of my parents' house and Courtney's parents' house, and kind of had a relaxing weekend. It was really nice,
Nice.
minus the football parts.
Yeah, mine was nice, chill, minus the NASCAR part for like
Yeah,
a whopping 7 seconds. Why Ryan Blaney didn't take the high lane and going into turn 3, I still will not know. But that was my pain of the weekend.
all right.
So I don't know. Should we touch into some women's basketball, sir? Since we are the
Yeah,
leading women's
def-
sports podcast.
definitely. One, I think some women from Iowa. I should look that up. Women from Iowa's I got some more women's sports news after this, but Kate Martin got signed with that three on three basketball league.
It's like, yeah, I think it's called Unrivaled. So good for her. That's good.
Yeah.
Somebody said this is a way of them trying to lure Caitlyn in because since they have one of her friends.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know exactly what the league premises is, but
Yeah, all I know is it's 3-on-3 ball, and I think they get paid, so
yeah,
make a little bit more money. But I don't know. Again, if you're Caitlyn, I think she's just gonna enjoy life this off season, personally. Also, oh, good.
No, you keep going.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, question for you: is it bad if 7 of 12 head coaches got fired during this off season?
Yeah, that's not a good thing. Does that have a lot to do with the fact that the league is getting bigger, so they're like trying to bring in bigger names, or is it?
I don't know, because I know why. Like Indiana just fired their head coach Chrissy Sides, which, don't get me wrong, did a good job in 2 seasons. Got the number 1 pick last year, which was obviously Caitlyn, and then ended up making it to the playoffs. So that's all fine and dandy. However, if you actually watch that team play, there is no flow, there is no coaching, there is no offensive movement, there is no nothing. So it was kind of like, cool, you got us here. We need somebody to take us to the next level, which sounds like is going to be former Fever guard. And I think she even coached there, maybe not. But it's Connecticut Suns old coach Stephanie White, who just got fired after going to back-to-back semifinals.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, and I think she's been very high in Caitlyn even like throughout this season. So I think it'll be a win-win for both sides. And then, so I'm trying to think what other big move. I don't really think there were any other big like roster moves or anything like that, because I don't think you can do anything at this point yet.
No, I don't think. I think you're right. I think the other big news was just that. Like, to me, the big news was that 7 coaches got fired. That's huge, and one being the Fever coach. I think that I was shocked by it. I guess I thought she'd done pretty well for the last year, but I also was like, is this just to try to get what what's
Lisa
the
Bluter.
Hawk? Yeah,
Yeah, because that was my initial guess. Like even from the beginning of this, like once she announced
we
her retirement from the Iowa women's team, I thought maybe this was going to be her way to become the Fever coach, but doesn't sound like it.
okay.
But yeah, and again, like Chrissy Sides did do a good job, but just when you watch them play, like compared to like other teams, there was no ball movement. It was basically just give Caitlin the ball and let her create something, and that's not a winning. That's not a way to win like games and
Right.
championships.
And now they have the talent there that they can win. I mean, they have not all the talent there, but they have a lot of pieces there to win championships. So
I
you
don't
need a
think they
coach that's
just
going
need
to get them there.
they just need about two more. I think they need another shooter, and they need somebody like I don't know how you can actually how you can actually accomplish this in the women's game, but you need like an enforcer down below, like somebody who's really not afraid to beat and bang and can kind of chirp and lay the lumber to the opposing team if they want to drive to the hoop.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Wouldn't know where to go for that, but there are a lot better people than me for that.
yeah, same here. Um, Now Cody, also World Series Game 4 is going on right now. I will give you updates if anything big happens. Uh,
Okay.
like as of right now, the score is 4-6. The Yankees are leading the Dodgers. Top seven, one out, and a guy by the name of Shohei Ohtani is at the plate.
Okay.
So if I like go like oh, that probably means he went
Means he
yard.
did that would make sense. Well, before we get too far into that, I want to go. The Iowa Hawkeye women's wrestling is preseason number 2, which is weird because they won it last year.
Hmm.
They have a lot of talent returning. I think there's something weird with like they were preseason ranked like 8th last year, and they were the number 1 team. I mean,
Hmm.
um, I think it goes off of last year's finishes and some of the like, but it's I don't know how it works because like there's a transfer or two that Iowa has that are like national champs, a bronze or a silver medalist from the Olympics has joined the Kennedy Blades. Like I don't know why she's going to be the number 1 in the ranked and she's not figured into the rankings for some reason. So I don't understand it at all.
So
Um,
who's number one?
King, who they
No,
have been like
no, like who? Or oh, King, like that's a college or
yeah, it's a women's wrestling college.
oh,
Like
okay,
it's a powerhouse. That's
oh,
one of
okay.
I'd say them McKendree. That's where Felicity Taylor had went before she transferred to Iowa. Their big
Oh,
one. Yeah, I mean Wartburg's getting a program, so women's wrestling not the same names as you see in men's
I gotcha.
for sure. Um, there's also Kylie Welker. She is a national champ from Iowa. She actually won the under 23 World Championships this over the weekend, and then I think she is actually competing for um, bronze in like the senior level World Championships, like tonight, I think, or tomorrow. She lost a match today to drop her into the repechage, so she'll fight for bronze in under 23, which this is the non Olympic weights basically.
Okay, I gotcha.
Because there's also tomorrow morning or the non-Olympic weights. They still have championships for those guys, and tomorrow morning, David Taylor will be wrestling this Russian dude that's Sadulev. I can't pronounce his name, but He's who Kyle Snyder beat for Olympics when he won his first one, and he's also beat Kyle Snyder for the Olympics 2 times at least. And like he's one of the greatest to ever do it. And so him and David Taylor have a match, actually first round match tomorrow morning at like 5:30 a.m. So that'll be really interesting. It's David Taylor's last time competing ever before he retires and becomes just the head coach of Okie State, he said. So because he did get upset to lose his 92, no, 86 kilogram spot for the Olympics by another Nittany Lion, Brooks. But so David Taylor went to a non-Olympic weight and is trying to win a world title before he retires.
Okay.
See. And like Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling starts up. I think they have a meet against Oregon this week.
Oh, okay.
Within like 4 or 5 days at least. So
and this is
wrestling season's like getting started.
So it's not like an exhibition meet. It's actually a legit...
No, it's a duel. Yeah, it's a duel.
Yeah. Okay. I
yep.
gotcha.
Yep. Their season's starting. It'll be exciting to see what their lineup is because there's some question marks at it. So, and it won't be finalized for a while still, but we'll learn a little bit and see if one of the Ferrari brothers, the only one that's still at Iowa and the only one that they really needed, see if he makes the lineup his freshman year or if he redshirts this year. Yeah, there's a lot of question marks out there, but they should have a very good team.
Okay.
Second.
Okay.
I'm predicting Iowa to get second this year.
Okay. To Penn State,
Penn State.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. Hey Cody, you know that our two teams play hockey against each other this week?
My internet's going to really upset me tonight.
Yeah, it's really spotty. I'm noticing that.
It's usually not like that.
I know. But you know our two teams play hockey against each other this week?
I did not know that.
Yeah, over in Finland.
Ooh.
Yeah, not even in the U.S.
Gross.
So I don't know if it... Because I know hockey does like a little international type thing.
Okay.
I just got to look. I don't know exactly if it's just one game or if it's like 2 games. Oh, it's 2 games. Yeah, it's Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
The Global Series. So, your team sucks. My team's going to win.
Whatever. Let's look at championship banners lately.
Touche.
Yeah. Scoreboard.
I don't like you at all. Okay, so I know we kind of briefly touched on it because I jumped out of order for a little bit, but do we want to talk a little bit about the World Series up to this point?
What about it? There hasn't been much to talk about. If you're a Yankees fan, right, Cass? What's up?
Yeah, the Yankees are in trouble. I mean, they're winning, still currently winning Game 4 in the top of the 7th inning right now. But my boy Freddie Freeman has been on a tear. He's hit 4 homers in 4 games, including a walk-off grand slammy.
That was pretty sweet.
And you know what's strange? It's a weird way how sports has its way of doing this, but in I want to say it was at 88 or 89, Kirk Gibson for the LA Dodgers, left-handed hitter on a bum leg, hit a walk-off homer to beat the Oakland A's in Game 1. The ball landed in about the same spot where Freddie's did, and the home run happened at the exact same time, like down to the second.
Wow. That's cool.
That's nuts.
That is insane.
I really don't know how stuff goes like that, but yeah. And then
it's the greatest. The greatest true stories are sports. Like it's just.
It's the greatest reality show on television.
Yes,
as I like to say. Now, however, Cody, there was a little bit of a mishap already during Game 4.
Yeah. Well, Cass will like this, that a Yankees fan is this week's Decor Pest Control Pest of the Week.
Actually, it's two fans, by the way.
2 fans.
It's 2, yeah.
I think all Yankees fans could just be.
Yep.
So, Decor Pest Control is Offers monthly and quarterly services for residential and commercial pest control for earwigs, cockroaches, ants, bed bugs, bees, fleas, box elder bugs, mice, and rats. They also offer termite inspection. So call Cass at 563-419-3251 and tell them the boys at Unrelated Sports Podcast sent you.
That's us.
So, was it a home run ball that?
No.
How did it get ruled? I don't.
Okay, so Yankees are batting in the bottom of the first. They're down 2-0 already. Gleyber Torres is leading off. He hits a lazy fly ball down the right field line, not quite to the foul pole. Mookie Betts, all-star stud right fielder for the LA Dodgers, goes to leap into the crowd to catch the ball. He does. However, two very idiotic Yankees fans decided, you know what? We're going to hold on to Mookie's arms and try to pry open his glove and rip the ball out of there. Just to
They
make
succeeded.
it look like he didn't catch it. They did. They also might have stole his watch. Potentially.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Yeah. They also succeeded in getting kicked out of the stadium, too. So good for them.
Probably banned for life.
Yeah. Like, how stupid do you have to be? One, to think that, hey, let's do this because it's going to work. And two, the fact of you spent umpteen thousand or however many thousands of dollars to buy those seats because the game's in New York, so it's ultra expensive to begin with. To buy those seats to see 4 outs of baseball. That's it.
And not like every camera in the stadium is going to be pointing right at you. Like it's the World Series. Yeah. There's a lot of people watching, a lot of cameras everywhere.
Yeah, it's not just like a normal Tuesday night in Minneapolis where Bally Sports North has cameras on the game where they might not be able to get every look possible. Like this is Big Fox. This is the Fox main crew.
What was that Cubs fan that caught the foul ball?
Steve Bartman.
He might be a big fan of these guys because he doesn't look as dumb as those guys.
No. Well, I mean, I will say, in Bartman's defense, the ball just happened to hit his hands. I mean, there were like 4 other people around him.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't like he reached over or made contact with Moises Alou's glove. Like on purpose, at least. He just happened to. The ball found him, the Cubs fell apart, and then he got blamed for it. Because that's what Chicago people do. They blame other people for their failures.
More on that later.
Yeah. But just how stupid do you have to be to think, yeah, you know what? This is a great... Like, they're lucky that they didn't hurt Mookie when he went up into the stands for grabbing his arms.
Yeah. They had a tight grip on him.
Yeah.
They still could be, honestly.
Yeah, that is true. So, yeah, congrats, idiotic Yankees fans, for getting your, 5 seconds of fame. And now you're probably banned from all ballparks right now. Good
infamy, for sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Hope it was worth it. It wasn't.
Yeah. Well, that does fit Yankees fans to a T, though, or at least most of them. They're not the smartest bunch.
Let's see, what other sport? You said NASCAR was fun.
No, it wasn't. Pain, Cody. Just pain. That's all I got. I got nothing else. I'm still mad.
What happened in the F1 race? I know that there was a little Verstappen got a penalty of some sort in it.
He did for running Lando Norris off the track.
Okay.
And because in Formula One you have to race like basically perfect, and you can't do anything to anybody else. If not, it's a penalty, which is stupid because this is racing. Like, it's not just driving.
Yeah, it seems like it's a lot of time trials more than it is anything else, but
that's basically all it is. But I mean, Ferrari finished 1-2. They've been hot of late. It's going to be a little too late because they Ferrari'd too many times during the beginning of the season. But yeah, I think they have like 3 races left because they're in. Where the heck are they at this week? I can't remember where F1's at this week, but then they have like a 2-week break, and then they're in Vegas, and then I think they finish the season in Abu Dhabi. Or maybe they
Okay.
have one more. Maybe they have one more race before that. I'm gonna look quick, but um, yeah, the season. I mean, I still think the title race is over. It's Max's to lose because he still drove up back through the field again. It's just some
He's
people
still
don't.
he's
Oh,
still
go ahead.
finishing near the front, just not the front.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so they have 4 races left. They're in Brazil, then Vegas, then Qatar, and then Abu Dhabi. And he's up
Okay.
by like 50 points still.
I think that's what it was last week.
Yeah, so he'll be a quadruple world champion, as
That's
they like
not
to, as
bad.
they say it. No, not bad at all. So we have that. Touchdown hockey. Um, I will say, I just want one thing non-bitter going to NASCAR. It is kind of cool. They do get Michael Jordan's car gets the chance to race for a championship in 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty sweet. Well, they're also simultaneously suing NASCAR. So I'm kind of hoping that if Ryan Blaney doesn't win the championship, I'm hoping Tyler Reddick does because I want to see um, Jim France give the big championship trophy to Michael Jordan.
That'd be pretty cool.
Might be a little awkward too, but
Well, yeah, that's what I like about it. I think.
yeah. Um, Other than that, though, I mean, basketball, the NBA season started, and yeah, that's about it. I don't get anything on that. LeBron's still good.
Yeah.
His son's still in the league somehow. So I guess, Cody, do you want to talk about football?
No.
No, okay. Well,
Good night.
that's the first time for everything.
I thought
Well,
you'd
thank you.
never ask.
Oh, I was gonna say thank you everybody for listening, but okay. Okay. So before we get to the NFL portion here, where Cody will be very mad, should we talk about the Iowa Hawkeyes?
And their offense?
Are they allowed to have an offense?
It looked like it.
What do you think is up with Cade McNamara not even being listed on the depth chart?
It's a bad concussion, or Kirk Ferentz is just giving him an out. I'm not sure.
Or he
Trying to
just,
let him sucks.
yeah, maybe he just left the team. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what happened. But yeah, Brendan Sullivan came in and gave the offense a much needed spark.
He did very good. He's mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Not
It helps.
yeah, especially with Iowa and their inability to get open a lot. Like
But here's the good news. At least they play Wisconsin this week, who's equally inept at offense.
yeah,
Like,
that'll
they
be
can't
a
even run they can't even run the football though. That's their
which is really weird for Wisconsin.
yeah. They're like offensive line or running back in a sense.
Yeah,
I was disappointed. Navy got beat. They got beat down
they got beat
by
bad.
Notre Dame. So my dream of Army Navy being for a playoff spot. I mean, it still could technically happen because
Yeah.
it could be for the American Conference, but it's on life support right now. It's not good.
Let's see.
Um,
Yeah, look at. I know University of Miami stayed undefeated.
yep, Cam Ward is keeping his Heisman hopes alive. Ashton Jeanty had like kind of an off game, 130 yards.
Yeah, bum.
Yeah. Travis Hunter had another good game. He still should be in the Heisman race.
Yes.
And
Texas survived against Vanderbilt.
good for them. Cody, the team on my shirt that I've been wearing over and over again, my beloved Indiana Hoosiers are still undefeated.
Yes, they are.
Big win over Washington with College game day in attendance. So that makes me happy. Oh,
What was it? 31-17?
yeah. Ohio State barely beat Nebraska, and they didn't fall in the rankings at all. Explain that to me.
I can't.
Okay.
They have the Ohio State logo. That's basically what happened.
Yeah. Because Indiana just obliterated Nebraska, and then Ohio State barely freaking beats them. But now Ohio State plays Penn State this weekend, which, that's going to be a good game.
That's going to be a fun game. Oregon is number 1 in the country right now. They walloped Illinois.
which surprised me. I really thought Illinois might kind of keep that close. Not thinking they would win. I thought they might keep it relatively close, but
Let's see. A&M beat LSU.
yeah, and they beat them kind of convincingly too.
Yes, they did.
And then K-State held on to beat Kansas. That was a kind of an interesting game. And Alabama walloped Mizzou, like absolutely walloped Mizzou.
What do you think of Iowa State right now? I know that
they're tied for 11th in the standings. Part of me feels like maybe they're kind of like the Iowa team, like the Stanzi year, like where they're just finding weird ways to win. Like I don't know if you remember a lot about that 09 year, but like Iowa was playing Indiana that year, fell behind like 24-0 or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And then Tyler Sash had the crazy pick six where the ball bounced off of like 4 people's shoulder pads. Yep. And yeah, then Iowa came back. It was just like kind of one of those years. I mean, they beat Michigan State on a game-winning touchdown as time expired from Stanzi to Marvin McNutt.
Yeah, it didn't have any offense all game, and then
nope. Like it just kind of feels like maybe they're having that kind of a year, like that kind of not quite team of destiny, but
like
you know what I mean.
They haven't. I'm liking them. They haven't really played anybody yet. Because I think they're the only. I think they're the only ranked team that hasn't beat a top 25 team.
Yeah, because their marquee win is Iowa, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you can only play who's on your schedule, especially this day and age where the conference schedules are weird and everything. But
they've got Texas Tech left.
Yep. Kansas, Cincinnati, at Utah, and then K-State.
Which Utah will be interesting, I think. And K-State will be their test. I mean,
I think Utah wins that game. They always find a way. They find a way to screw somebody out of a championship appearance. They always do. They did it with the Pac-12 for so many years.
It was usually Oregon, but
yep, or USC.
Twice,
basically one of those.
Or USC. That's
So
yeah.
Was BYU? Oh, go ahead.
Did they beat Caleb Williams twice in 1 year?
Yep.
Yeah, good.
And they like almost killed him basically the second game. But I mean, you can say the same thing about BYU too. I mean, they're just kind of finding weird ways to win. They kind of look a little bit better though, but so hopefully we get them versus Iowa State at least in the Big 12 title game.
Has Indiana trailed yet?
No.
Still no.
Still haven't even allowed any points in the first quarter.
Wow.
We are good. We are a juggernaut. At least that's what I'm going to keep telling myself.
Yep, sure. We'll go with that.
Until they play. We'll see what happens when they play Ohio State in a few weeks. Which I don't know.
I'd love it if they beat them, though.
I would, too. I'm not sold on Ohio State anyway. But you know what's probably... Here's what's going to end up happening. They're going to beat Michigan State. They're going to beat Michigan. They're going to beat Ohio State. And then they're going to lose to freaking Purdue. Like, that's what's going to happen. They're going to lose the old Oak and Bucky game, and it's going to ruin the whole season down the drain. You know the craziest scenario, and this could actually ultimately end up costing them, is Oregon can be undefeated, which right now it's looking like they will. If Penn State beats Ohio State, I'm pretty sure they're going to finish the regular season undefeated, and then Indiana could hypothetically finish undefeated. So we could have 3 undefeated Big Ten teams, and Indiana could be left out. And I'm assuming they would still make the playoff, but it could be one of those two where the Purdue game won't even matter if Penn State and Oregon win the last game of the year. Then they lose to Purdue, and that could just knock them out of the playoff altogether. That's probably what's going to happen. That's what's going to... I'm just preparing myself ready for this. It's going to get stupid. So
Football's
stupid.
Fun.
Yeah, you would know after this weekend, wouldn't you?
I do. You're not going to hurt me.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying facts.
I'm a Dolphins fan, man. It's been a lifetime of just mediocrity.
Not quite a lifetime. You had Marino.
I have Marino. Come here, buddy. Oh,
Yeah.
he's asleep.
So speaking of a lifetime of mediocrity, should we go to the NFL?
Let's get it on. Let's start
Um,
with a Thursday night game.
yeah, that's exactly where I'm going. How did you know? Oh yeah, that's where we always
Well,
start with.
yeah, that might be it. I gotta find
Um,
what was the Thursday night game. That was so long ago.
Vikings at the Rams, hence the lifetime of mediocrity.
Oh, that's true. Um,
Sorry, not sorry.
you're such a poor sport.
No, I just like poking fun of Vikings fans because they get a little frazzled.
Oh, because Packers fans don't.
We are model citizens, model fans
No,
of the NFL. Yes, we
no.
are. Don't lie to yourself.
In your mind only, buddy.
We had to put up with Aaron Rodgers, so
You defended him to ends of the earth, and now you're like, oh, he's terrible. No, you
well,
were in love. If you was still on your team, you would still be defending him like you did for the last 15 years. Shut your face hole. Yeah.
not necessarily. Not the 2022 season. No, I was just kind of ready for it to die.
If he'd have said, you know what, I'm staying, you'd have been, eh.
No.
Yeah.
And plus, they wouldn't have let him stay anyway. They were going to trade him regardless.
Whatever. If he would have been on the team, you still are in love with him. So get off your high horse, Andy.
He still has a small spot in my heart.
Whatever. As soon as he retires, it'll be a big spot again.
We'll see. It depends what he does. It depends what he decides he wants. Maybe he'll go back into politics. You never know.
But let's get into the game. Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua were in it.
Yep.
Which I did not. I thought Kupp was in. I did not think Nacua was going to be there, but
same. And Sean McVay said, I don't think McVay actually says this, but there are reports that Nakua's only going to play like a few snaps. He's not going to play a lot, and he had a good game.
He had a very good game.
Also,
Kupp had
Matt
some
Stafford,
good catches too.
That's true. Matt Stafford also good.
Yeah. The Vikings are facing some adversity now. People are learning that Sam Darnold might not be him.
No, he's Sam Darnold. So that's and the Vikings lost their big left tackle Christian.
Yeah, that's going to hurt.
They did trade for Cam Robinson, the Jags left tackle today. So we'll see how that goes. But I saw a stat that how the first 15, 20 plays are all scripted as for play callers. So for those plays for the Vikings, I believe I thought the stats said they're within the top 5 of all the offensive statistics there of all their rankings.
Okay.
When you get off the scripted plays, they're in the bottom quarter of the league.
That's crazy.
And it kind of makes sense because when we were watching them, Thursday night, Justin Jefferson was getting what he wanted to the first couple drives. Same thing with Jordan Addison. And then they were non-factors the rest of the game.
Yeah. They were shut down.
I do have a confession to make too. Justin Jefferson might be Mr. Top 2, but not 2.
I think you need to erase that might be.
Yeah.
He is. There's nobody else in his league right now for wide receivers. There's a guy that I just saw that will be the best wide receiver in the league eventually. His dad was a very good wide receiver in the NFL, and he is gonna be a stud once they learn how to use him.
Okay. Is it Marv in the Fun Bunch?
It is, because that dude, he's him.
Okay, I can agree with you on that. But
I think he's, people were talking about. I don't think this isn't a fair comparison now because Trevor Lawrence sucks, but if you put Patrick Mahomes and Jordan Jefferson side by side, it would be what they were expecting Trevor Lawrence to be as Marvin Harrison Jr. The prince in waiting at that position.
That is true. Um,
But it doesn't work now because, like I said, Trevor Lawrence, he's had a couple better games,
yeah,
but he's
but
not him.
he had some bad turnovers against Green Bay.
Yes,
I'm
he
gonna
did.
be honest. Which should we not? Or hold on. Now we do have to talk about probably the biggest thing from that Vikings Rams game. Um, there might have been a face mask that might have been missed.
Yeah, definitely was.
Now,
Um,
would it have changed the outcome of the game?
Probably
Maybe, maybe
not.
not. But
It's
yeah, I
going to
don't.
give Vikings fans something to complain about, but
And
does
they
it?
don't complain about anything
They
though.
they shouldn't have been in the situation that they were,
Oh, exactly.
but yeah, it was a terrible missed call. That should be called 100% of the time.
Yeah. And I mean, the only thing I will say, and this is not my biased opinion on this. I just want to make sure I didn't interrupt my mic there.
Just so you know, when Andy says this is not my bias, this means this is my biased opinion. But keep going.
Shut it. So what? When I was initially watching the replay, I didn't think he grabbed the face. I couldn't clear and obviously see that he grabbed the face mask, the Rams defender, because I've seen a couple times, and the Packers have benefited from this. I will say, like the Motown Miracle, the Rodgers Hail Mary. The
Yep.
Packers got a gift because they tried pitchy woo woo. Rodgers gets tackled, and his helmet slides to the right, and they thought that when
Face
he was getting
mask
grabbed by
did
the
it.
front of his jersey, yeah, they got grabbed by the face mask, which didn't happen. But then the Packers get the gift call. Rodgers throws it to Richard Rodgers, and the rest is history. Initially, I thought that's what happened because with the black glove and the Vikings, have dark helmets, dark face masks. I couldn't. I honestly couldn't initially see it. I really thought that he had actually grabbed the shoulder pad.
Right. I mean, I thought it was pretty obvious, but I also don't hate the Vikings like you do, so I maybe.
And you're right. Maybe that did play into what I saw or to what I saw.
Right.
But again, just my
Looking,
personal opinion.
but to be to be fair, even with your biased, whatever, like you're not paid to watch it. This guy's paid to see this, not full time pay, but they shouldn't be missing these calls, like especially right in front of his face.
That is true. Yeah, especially on a big nationally, well, semi. I mean, I don't know how you want to count streaming, but I
Right,
would say nationally
primetime
televised
game,
game. Yeah, thank you.
primetime game.
Yeah, you can't miss that call there.
No,
But it is funny. Everybody was counting out the Rams, saying that heck, should they even sit Stafford and Cup because they maybe will trade him and stuff. And then they come out and ball out, and they're only half a game out of the division lead.
right. That's part of being in a bad division. Like, not that they're a division. I mean, I wouldn't consider their division bad. It's just it hasn't.
It's a lot of heavy punchers, like
Yes.
if that makes sense. Okay, so I honestly would say one of the bigger shockers from the weekend was Philly just going into Cincinnati and dismantling them.
For sure. I did not expect
Hey,
that.
I do want to say one thing about that game too. I like to. I'm very critical of uniform selections and everything. The Bengals all whites are awesome. Why are you wearing all those during a noon game?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it,
that's a
it
prime
looked
time
hard.
game.
I know it looked hard to see at points. Like I think Burrow threw a touchdown to Jamar Chase, and it was like, yeah, where are they? Especially with the way how
That's
their end zones are and stuff.
that's a night game, prime time game uniform.
Yeah, not a noon October game. But I mean, Philly's starting to look better.
Yep,
Saquon Barkley is good.
it's very
Don't know
good.
if you know that or not. And Bengals are going to be in trouble. I mean, they're still only 2 games out of a playoff spot because the bottom of the AFC is just garbage. But that's a lot of teams they're going to have to jump.
Yeah,
Yes, your team is.
somebody's gonna have to rise from the rubble, but whew,
Yeah, and
it's a
yeah, I just
dumpster fire.
yeah, I still don't know what quite to make in Philly, but we'll find out as the next couple weeks go on. Again, talk to me when we get to Thanksgiving, and then we'll really find out who's for real and who's not.
Who are the Patriots or who are the Jets going to trade Devontae Adams to at the deadline?
Detroit.
Ooh, that'd be scary.
I know,
Um,
but I don't want that.
the Jets losing to the Patriots was bad.
Oh, that was really really bad. Wait, Cody, hang on. I need you to ramble just for a little bit because Christian did have a couple questions. I have to make sure that I'm not missing them like I did last
Oh,
week.
okay. Okay.
So you can ramble on about Aaron Rodgers right now if you would like.
Well, Aaron Rodgers and the Jets are a complete dumpster fire, and yeah, I know that they lost to the Patriots, even with Drake May out. This giving Rodgers his fifth straight loss after he's run the team like he wants to, and still not going well. Let's see. I want to see his stats from that game because I mean he put up 233 yards and two touchdowns. He just didn't look good.
You talking about
Um,
Aaron?
yeah, and
Yeah.
the team doesn't look like they give a crap.
Nope. Good to see they fired their head coach for all that.
Yes, but yeah, they're a dumpster fire, and so is the rest of the AFC East. Luckily for them, other than Buffalo, it is three teams that are 2-6, and then the Buffalo Bills. Like
Yeah.
I said at the beginning of the year, it's Buffalo's division until somebody takes it from them. Even though I thought Miami was the better team, they're proving to they've proven me wrong.
Do you want to talk about your game?
I will say Tua looked good.
The little bit that I saw, I
He looked
agree.
very sharp. There basically the thing that lost them the game was there was a bad snap. He took blame for it. I don't know whose blame it was, and he smartly just knocked it out of the back of the end zone.
Ooh, for safety.
For giving up a safety instead of a touchdown. But because he was like falling down, so he just hit it. So it barely got out, but their defense looked just awful. Kyler Murray did whatever he wanted. Like Miami got to him, and then he just dance out and throw the ball up to Marvin Harrison Jr. and it was over. There were so many times that like it looked like Miami had him, and then he didn't. It was a rough game.
Okay, can I ask you an honest question? And I'm trying to think the right way how to word this, but I think it's basically if the Dolphins have like a 4-win season, not saying they will, but let's say if they have a 4-win season, is McDaniel in the hot seat?
I don't think he gets fired. I think Chris Greer, our GM, gets fired. Because I think it's as of right now, I think it's more on him than it is McDaniel. McDaniel's got his faults. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I still like. I know there's a lot of people in Miami calling for his head, but last year at this time they were calling him McGenius, and now they're calling him McMoron. So Miami fans are difficult. Chris Greer set this team up though, and he has picked. He's bargain hunted a lot for injury prone guys, and then they get injured, and they have no backup plan for that. Even Tua, like I love Tua, but they have to have a good backup running or quarterback, and they did not plan to have a good
So,
backup.
so what you're saying is a couple things. One, they're kind of like the Jets, as in the Jets went to the retirement home, and that's where they're in trouble at.
Yeah,
And then two, they maybe should have went after I don't know a Joe Flacco.
yeah.
I
I
mean, in
hate
all
to say
honesty,
Joe Flacco, but yes, Joe Flacco, James Winston. Um,
yeah.
yeah,
Ooh, Jameis and Mike McDaniel's offense would be fun. That would be really fun. I mean,
yeah.
obviously, I want to
There's
see two out. I want to see two out there,
yes,
but I'm just
100%. I always want, but like if you're gonna have a guy like Tua, who's had some injury history, like until he can put a few seasons together where he's not hurt at all,
mm-hmm.
that's when you can maybe like okay you don't need that big of a contingency plan, but like he hasn't proven that yet, I guess. Like, I love the guy. I don't want anybody else as our quarterback, but you need a backup for him. And
Yeah.
there's no plan. There's no plan for the inevitable, especially for a team with a terrible offensive line. Good running offensive line. Terrible pass blocking.
See,
Yeah.
now, on the other side of the coin, like my Packers, for example, they lose Jordan Love again, this time to a groin injury. Had to bring in Malik Willis, who, I mean, a lot of people thought that he was a bust after Tennessee. But you look at all the pieces that Brian Gutekunst has brought in after all the injuries that the Packers have had, and they're still fired on all cylinders. Like,
Yeah.
now, granted, they beat 3/4 of the NFC or the AFC South, which, meh, the bottom of the AFC South, I should say, with Malik Willis, but they still found ways to win, which is the difference between Green Bay and Miami seasons right now.
Yes. Miami, in reality, should be sitting at. They should be sitting at 7-1 right now. Almost like Buffalo beat the shit out of them, but Miami should have. I mean, Miami definitely should have beat Tennessee. They got demolished by them, but Miami was the better team. They just. I can't say that they were the better team because they got beat, but they're the
more talented team, more
talented team. They have Indianapolis. I was there. They walked all over Indianapolis. They just didn't do it.
Tim Boyle happened. That's what also happened. And then Arizona this past week.
Yes. What other games did we lose that?
Because you beat Jacksonville to start the year.
Yeah.
You beat New England.
Yep. That was it.
Honestly, I don't know off the top of the head. I don't know the Dolphins' schedule.
Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
We got embarrassed by Seattle.
But you still had a fighting chance in that game. Like, that game was weird.
We lost 24-3, but like we were.
It was closer than what the final score indicated.
And the other bye. Yeah, Patriots. They squeaked by. Let's see. Missing. Oh, yeah, that was the Titans.
Okay.
That might be all of them.
Okay. But now, I will say, I'm happy with my team. We're 6-2. I had to play Detroit this week, so that should be fun. Without Love, maybe without Jair. Oh, boy, that could be fun. But still, being 6-2 at this point, when last year they were 2-6.
Right.
I'm totally fine right now. We're good.
Yeah, somebody did point that out to me like this weekend as well. Green Bay was 2-6 and made the playoffs last year. I'm like, yeah, but they had a little bit easier end of the season schedule than Miami does right now too.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, the Packers' season basically started with them beating Detroit on Turkey Day last year. So, yeah, again, the good thing for the Dolphins, you play in the AFC right now. In the playoff, the wild card teams are Denver, Baltimore, and either the Chargers or Indy. I can't remember who holds the last one. So it is doable. I know you guys don't hold the tiebreak over Indy, but it is doable. Okay, so speaking of Baltimore, Cody, we kind of touched on this. We at least mentioned
famous Jameis.
Famous Jameis. And all the craziness that goes on with that man.
Well, I think one of my favorite stats from that, well, not necessarily that game, but from the Browns right now is like Deshaun Watson has been there for like 20-some games, never thrown a 300-yard game.
Yeah.
And out of the 7 games that he hasn't played, it was either Flacco or Winston, and 6 of those 7 games have been 300-yard games for the quarterback.
Yeah, this was Jameis's first start, and he did it in game number 1.
Yeah.
So, good for the Brownies. Baltimore's defense has some concerns. I mean, Kyle Hamilton did drop what should have been a game-ending pick.
Yes.
But still, I mean, this is the problem with Baltimore, is why they have the games where they look like they are the team to like challenge Kansas City and whatnot. Oh, by the way, the Yankees just flat on opened it up. They're up 10-4 now in the
Oh,
eighth inning,
wow.
so we will more than likely have a game 5 tomorrow night.
Perfect.
Yeah. Um, but then they have these games, or like the Raiders game, where it's like you should lose this game. I know it's a divisional game, so those are a little different, but
Yeah. Crazy.
Also, you know what's crazy? When a starting quarterback has 88 passing yards and you kill a team by like 40.
Yeah, he still had, what, 3 touchdowns in that game?
Yeah.
Jared
The
Goff
Lions,
of the Lions.
yeah, the Lions are a wagon, as they like
They
to say.
destroyed the Titans 52-14.
You know what's crazy though? That game was like 14-all with like maybe 5 minutes left in the second quarter or something. It's at one point in the second quarter.
Until they opened it up.
Yeah. I mean, Mason Rudolph had a couple picks, so that didn't help. But
They have a punt return in that one too?
yeah, 90-yard punt return by Cleve
90
Freeman. Not bad. Not bad at all. And I think, was that Amon-Ra St. Brown threw a touchdown to Sam Laporta.
Oh, that's right. Iowa State to Iowa.
No.
No, it wasn't Amon-Ra. No, it wasn't.
Oh, it was Montgomery?
It was Montgomery that threw
Oh,
it.
it was Montgomery? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that again, they just can do what they want, and I want to hate them so bad because they're in my division. I just really want to, and I can, but it's just like they just do everything that's fun.
They do. They're having the best time out there of any team.
Yeah. Okay, hey, by the way, I was wrong. So it was tied at 14 2 minutes into the second quarter, and then that's when Detroit
opened
yeah,
her
Detroit up. Yeah, they scored 21 straight points in the first half.
Ugh.
Yeah, kind of good. They're kind of good, especially their two-headed monster in the backfield with Montgomery and Gibbs. Rumor has it they might maybe be making a move for somebody, maybe Max Crosby, because that is the one thing. I think they only had one sack without Aiden Hutchinson, so that's their one bugaboo. You can't do that against the. I know you are the best team in the NFC, but can't do that against the other good teams.
Right. You need somebody to rush the quarterback. God, that'd be scary, though, if Max Crosby and Aiden Hutchinson on the same team.
Yeah, because they would have him under control, I think, for a couple of years then, too. Because I don't think he's an upcoming free agent. Oh, that would not be good. Falcons beat the Bucks in kind of a crazy game. Like, Kirk Cousins would be MVP right now if only he played was the Bucks. Or the only team that he played was the Bucks. I mean, Baker still played well without Godwin and Mike Evans, but now Atlanta leads that division and has the ultimate tiebreaker over Tampa.
Yep. The Packers beat the Jags.
Yep.
It wasn't. I mean,
last second field goal. Malik Willis played well. Yeah, that's about. The Texans beat the Colts.
See, what happened in that game? I did not. I thought I saw the Colts take like a pick six to the house to take the lead, and then it must not have counted or something.
Yeah, I don't know if they counted him down or what exactly happened. But there's a couple things that came out of that game. Number one, Stephon Diggs out for the year with the torn ACL.
Yep.
And number two.
Not good.
No, number two, and probably the biggest one. Have you ever seen a quarterback ass come out of a game? Like tap out because he was too tired?
No, can't say that I have.
Well, now we have because Anthony Richardson, the Colts' second-year quarterback, decided he was too tired after running around, so he had to come out for a play.
And he no longer has a starting job in Indianapolis.
Yeah, so he doesn't have to worry about being tired anymore. So good for him, because now it's Flacco mania.
Yep, that's big, especially for a guy as young as he is, because he's only like what 22, 23?
Yeah, he's not that old.
Like he's got a lot of
rookies and stuff.
He's got a lot of raw talent. He's very raw.
He does, but he's very raw in multiple aspects.
Dude
like
can
he was
throw
a mile. Yeah. Well, he was at one point. I think he was like 2 for 12 or 2 for 14, like in the game, And I think they were still
Yeah.
tied at this point.
I also saw him get blindside hit in the back by Jalen Ramsey and not fall down.
Yeah, he's a
He's
big,
a
massive human being.
yeah. Shout out to Austin, by the way, who Austin Rose just bought a Richardson jersey when we were in Indianapolis last weekend. So shout out to that.
Yeah, I mean, it could still end up being a good buy. You never know. This could be like a true learning. That's probably what they should have done for them to start anyway this year.
Yes,
but it could be like a true learning experience for him. But this is why I was waiting for to be wanting the Jordan Love jersey. Just I wanted to wait till after last year, just in case if it all went bad. Which luckily it didn't. So just quick question for you: Is Houston the biggest challenger to Kansas City right now? I mean, they are the 2 seed technically, but
I still think it's Baltimore.
I still think so. Like, if we're just matching A games across the board, that could if they have to play Kansas City, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's Baltimore.
I think Bills are up there too, though.
Yeah, I mean, Allen finally threw his first pick, but then they still kicked the living daylights out of Seattle.
Yeah.
Now Seattle didn't have DK, but Allen might be your MVP favorite again now. I mean it's just that's kind of bouncing up and down the play. I mean, I know we're only through 8 weeks, but there's like nobody has taken the lead by storm on that yet.
No, and as soon as somebody like seems to be taking a lead on it, they kind of have a fault. Like,
like
Lamar
I will say though,
kind of had taken the lead, and then he.
I mean, they
stuttered.
lost, but here's the thing: he didn't play that bad yesterday. He still had like almost 300 yards and over, I think, 60 rushing yards, at least 50. So he didn't have himself a bad game. Chargers beat the Saints. That game.
The Aints aren't good.
Great. No, they've lost 6 straight. I still don't think the Chargers are that good.
Was that the game that it was 2-3 for a long time?
Yep,
that was fun.
So very weird. And then I think it was 8-16 at one point. It was just a very weirdly scored game. Yeah, like I said, Buffalo went into Seattle and stomped them. Denver beat Carolina by 14.
Yep. Yeah, with
Bryce Young actually didn't look awful.
Bo Nix is playing. I mean, I don't know. He's not doing great, but he's winning.
Yeah. And then Kansas City still undefeated. I don't got anything to say about them. They just win.
Because we're gonna skip over one game and come back to that at the end here.
Yep.
The 49ers Cowboys game. The Cowboys looked. It was a good game, and then it was a bad game, and then it got good again. Yeah, and then the Cowboys blew it.
Because the Niners forgot CeeDee Lamb played football and decided, let's leave him open.
It was crazy. And then the Cowboys get the ball back with, 3 minutes left and a chance to win?
And did absolutely nothing.
Did nothing. No. Like, they had just put together 2 great drives in a row and then did absolutely nothing on the next one. I don't even know who moved the yard.
I don't think they did. It's kind of like the Niners defense just flipped the switch and oh, hey, we should probably try again. And then
George Kittle
game.
George Kittle got a touchdown on tight end National Tight Ends Day. Got himself a belt.
His holiday. Good for him. We love George Kittle on this podcast.
For sure.
And then I don't know, Cody, what do you make of last night's game between the Giants and the Steelers?
I don't like listening to the Monday Night Crew, I'll tell you that.
No, I don't like them. But, everybody's saying, oh, hey, look, Pittsburgh's made the right decision now that was starting Russ and whatnot. It's like, he only threw 1 touchdown. They had a punt return that should have got called back anyway because of roughing the kicker penalty. And you barely beat Daniel Jones. Danny Dimes had the ball with, if they hadn't botched the 2-point conversion the previous possession, they might have had a chance to win the game.
It was well, the Giants lost. The Giants lost that game more than Pittsburgh won it, in my opinion. Like
Yeah, hands
they
down.
had their chances to win it. They just aren't a good. They're not a competent organization.
No, Brian Dable's
They're the
probably gonna get
most.
fired.
They're the more competent New York team, but
Does that take a lot though?
no,
Yeah,
no.
I don't know. We're gonna find out what Pittsburgh's really like coming up because they play. I think they have a bye and then they play Washington and then they have all their division games and they still have to play Kansas City and Philly. Good luck.
Yeah, yep. They'll the North will test them.
Yeah. So Cody, we have skipped purposely over one game and one game in particular.
So, entertaining, yes. The Bears
Yes.
found an offense at the very end of the game.
Minus the decision to give the ball to an offensive lineman on 3rd and goal. That was a little
That
rough.
was a choice. That was a choice.
It was not quite giving the ball to the fridge when you're dominating the Super Bowl, but it was interesting. But yeah, Caleb Williams, after only having 30 something yards in the first half, he looked good in the second half.
He did, because I mean the Commanders could not finish a drive. They were what?
Nope. They had what,
They had
5 field
four
goals?
punts, four field goals.
Yeah.
It's 12.
Oh, yep. 4 field goals and then a blocked field goal.
Yep.
And then yeah, the Bears go ahead and they score with 25 seconds left. Cody, did I think that Washington still had enough time left in that game?
I'm gonna say you did.
I did because I said so in our group chat with Catlin. After Catlin might have said an F-bomb. I said, hey, still 25 seconds left. And what happened, Cody?
Well, a cornerback from the Bears. Well, they ran a couple smart plays. They just got as much yardage as they could.
Yep. And then for some reason, with 6 seconds left, Matt Eberflus, the Bears head coach, who also calls their defensive plays, had the team line up like 40 yards off the line of scrimmage. So it allowed Washington just to complete a quick little 12-yard out to Terry McLaurin.
He got out with 2 seconds left on the clock.
Yep.
Set up
in Hail Mary range.
Yep. Just at the edge of it.
Yep. And then what happens next?
You have a cornerback. What was his name?
Tyreek Stevenson, Bears 2nd-round pick from, I think, last year or 2 years ago.
He's kind of on the he's in the end zone talking some smack to some Washington fans.
Yeah.
And then life came at him very fast. Jane Daniels dropped back. He avoided some pressure a couple times.
Which also, why'd the Bears only rush 3? I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place here, but don't do that.
Yeah. No. And
continue. Sorry.
He found a spot. He just stepped up and chucked it as far as he could. And that was to about the 5-yard line, probably.
Yeah.
And said cornerback tipped the ball. Hit it. Up.
Yeah, he did not bat it down as Chris Berman and Tom Jackson used to always say on NFL Primetime. Yep.
Into the waiting arms of a Commander's wideout.
Noah Brown. And Washington walks off the Chicago Bears.
18-15 win.
Now, Cody. Oh, good.
Also, did we both pick the Commanders in that one? Yes, we did, because that was the game that I said I was going to pick them if Jaden Daniels played, and he did, and I picked them.
Yep. But now, Cody, there was one other thing that Tyreek Stevenson was supposed to do on that play. Do you know what that was?
No.
His job on the Hail Mary was to box out Noah Brown.
Oh. Yeah.
He did not box out Noah Brown. He would have been better if he would have just stayed smack talking the fans.
Yeah.
So
gift wrap Noah Brown the ball.
So okay, I have a question from Christian, considering I missed a couple of his last week. I'm sorry, Christian. But he has one question pertaining to this game. How do you think the Bears team, his teammates, will react to his, idiocy, basically?
I mean, I think in reality they're gonna support him.
Yeah.
They might go home and be like, "What the French was that dude doing?" or whatever. And there's probably some people got in his face, but like for the most part, they're probably like, "We'll get him next time." You know, you don't. Everybody messes up. Like you don't get down on a guy every time he makes a penalty or anything like that. Like yeah, a game changing thing like that is bad, but there's a lot of terrible things done in the locker room, so they're gonna get over it.
Yeah.
And they're the Bears.
That is true. I can't believe all that happened. I mean, the Hail Mary to begin with, but then the fact that then the video comes out afterward of him talking all the smack and waiting until about 5 seconds into the play of like, oh, I should probably
go to where everybody's gathered.
Yeah, and then he doesn't do his job, and then it probably cost his team the victory. Actually, wait, it did cost his team.
It did. There's not a probably.
Yeah. So the Bears, they do still suck. But Washington, holy cow, they're second in the NFC right now.
That's insane.
I know. It makes zero sense. And, I mean, in all honesty, that Jane Daniels fella, he might be MVP candidate. Like MVP leader right now.
Leader, probably not, but he's up there.
Top 3?
Definitely. Yeah.
Maybe top Josh 4. Allen. Depends where you want to. Yeah, Allen, Goff, Lamar.
Yeah.
So, Mahomes, kidding, but
no.
Yeah, it's not Patty's year this year. Not for that, at least. Maybe for something else, but not for that.
Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah. So, okay. Anything else you want to touch on from the games that were?
No, I think that's all I got on it.
Okay. Well, as you mentioned earlier, we did tie our picks this week.
Yes.
I didn't actually lose any ground. I'm kind of proud of myself.
Do we ever figure out what the punishment is going to be?
No, we didn't get any, we got ideas, but not reasonable ideas. That makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. So, people of the podcast world here, help us out.
Yeah, Andy's running out of weeks here.
Okay. I got about 3-4 weeks left. I got time.
Sure.
Again, if only the Jets and the Giants hadn't screwed me over the 1 week, I would have made up 4 picks. It would have been a 4-pick swing, and I would have been sitting right there.
6 down.
Yeah. But then I only need to get 3 more back. So we're so close, but yet so far away. But, okay, so before we get into our picks, a reminder that our pick segment is brought to you by the guys at Zippin' Zoobs Detailing, who offers a cleaning service for your vehicle, which can be either auto or for any ag or farm equipment you have. Give the guys a call at 563-380-9772 and tell them the boys at the Unrelated Sports Podcast sent you there. Okay. Cody, where are you going to go for this first game? Halloween night, the Texans and the Jets.
Texans.
Oh my word, I can't believe I'm going to do this again. Hey, Halloween night, Gotham City.
You said that you don't support Aaron Rodgers. Here you are, still on the train of Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe I'm on the ayahuasca train. I don't know.
Hey,
something good finally happened. Hey, something good finally just happened to New York. By the way, the Yankees just won.
All right. Well, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna roll with the JETS one more week, and then when they kill me this week, then we're gonna hop off. Cowboys Falcons.
I am taking the Falcons.
I am too. I have no confidence in that game, but we are going to roll with Atlanta.
And then the Dolphins at the Bills.
I will gain a game on you on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Dolphins
I will not.
till death.
Bills Mafia, stand up.
Um, yeah, Raiders at the Bengals. Better game than I would have
Bengals.
expected. I took the Bengals also.
But I mean, that game actually has some playoff implications, which is weird. Um, ooh, Chargers Browns.
I'm going to give it to the home team here. I'm going to go with the Browns. I
I
don't know
believe
if that's
Jameis hasn't. Oh, good.
I don't know if that's just like my hatred of all things Chargers or if I actually believe in that.
Well, I believe Jameis is going to give another very impassionate speech. Probably talk some nonsense, some gibberish, and he's going to eat that W.
I
I
hope
got
so.
Cleveland.
Patriots
Oh boy.
at Tennessee.
Um. 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 Can this game end in a tie?
You don't have to pick a team. I don't think it'll help you.
Yeah.
It could technically, I guess.
Is Drake May out? Like he got hurt against the Jets.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm gonna pick New England.
I took Tennessee.
I. I. That game. That
Yep,
game's gonna be bad. Commanders Giants.
I am going with the Commanders
Same.
by a commanding lead. Ha. Saints at Panthers.
See, I don't like this. All these toss-up games, I'm getting to pick first.
Oh,
So
I already have mine all in here, so I'm like,
okay,
it's not gonna change my in
okay.
reality. I don't. I can think you're an idiot from
My
this
facial
side of the
expression.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mm, Panthers.
Okay.
Actually, no. Actually, no. I think Derek Carr's back. I'm gonna go with New Orleans.
I two took New Orleans.
Okay. Yeah, I think Derek Carr's back. Broncos Ravens.
Ravens.
Same. Ravens flock. Let's fly.
I'm gonna learn something right here.
Oh my word.
Jacksonville at Philadelphia.
Cody, mark it down for the second straight week. I'm picking against Jacksonville.
Oh my goodness.
Philly's
Has
won two straight games.
has the tide turned on your Trevor Lawrence love affair?
No, I just think Philly's better.
No, he's admit you're still on the train of he's
I I am. I'm still on the
all
train,
right.
but I just think Philly's better.
Okay. I
Ooh,
honestly hope you're right. Like, because I do like the guy. I just
yeah.
part of that's just him beating Alabama in in a natty. But
Yeah, the tide got rolled. It's fun. Bears Cardinals.
I'm taking the Cardinals.
Same. Not a lot of confidence
I'm
in that pick either.
I'm gaining the one you gained against the Dolphins back on this next game.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. The
Thanksgiving
Lions
last year
at
showed that we have hope here.
whatever. Lions at Packers.
Go Pack, go baby.
No pack, no. Let's go Lions. Bite some
Ramsey,
ankles.
bite some kneecaps. Get it right. If you're gonna at
Whatever.
least quote the man,
Well,
get it right.
I didn't want to get trademarked. Maybe he had
Oh,
it trademarked. I was
I
just
don't think
trying
he
to.
does. Rams Seahawks.
I went with the Sea Chickens.
Rams. I don't know if Matt DK is
I don't
back
know.
or not this
I
week.
don't know why I went with the Seahawks really, but
Just hunch, basically.
yeah.
That's understandable. Oh,
Uh,
Sunday night.
Colts at Minnesota.
Flacco. That's where I'm
Okay.
going.
I
We're
went
going
with
with
the
Flacco.
Vikings.
Caitlin, your boy better not let me down here. And then,
All
I
right.
mean, Monday night, you would have asked me 2 weeks ago
That would have
before
been a
the
great
Bucks played
game.
the Ravens, would have been an awesome game. But now the Bucks are hurt, which means that they're probably going to go into Kansas City and win because
Yeah,
that's what
probably.
sports are. But I mean, you got to pick Mahomes,
Undefeated
right?
undefeated Chiefs stay undefeated.
Yeah, same here. Okay. Now, Cody, I got to ask you before we get to our top five. I have one more listener question here from Christian. He wants to know: would it be the worst thing for baseball if the Yankees actually came back from 3-0 down?
No. No, that'd be great for baseball.
No, it wouldn't.
There's so many big names in this game right now. Like you said, the two biggest games. Game 7, that's what everybody wants to see and hear.
No, you're wrong. You're totally wrong.
Just because it's the Yankees?
Exactly.
It's the two biggest names. It's the two biggest states or fan whatever like groups of fans in baseball. The longer they it's you're looking at this as like a hater of the Yankees. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't want to see the Yankees win it. It'd be great. That'd be probably my favorite thing would be to give them hope. Let them get to game 7 and then lose it. That'd be awesome. Give them all
I
that
know,
hope
but that was
again.
that. But what if they come back and win
It'd
it?
be
I mean, Yankees fans are already insufferable. They
that's
come all
true.
the way back here, and if they were to come back and win the World Series like this, I mean, all the grief that they get from the Red Sox, come back from 3-0 down to beat them in the 0-4 ALCS. I mean, this would be their ultimate trump card. Like, hey, yeah, cool, you guys did it. Granted, you did it against us to get to the World Series. Good for you.
That they did win. So
Yeah, but we did it to actually win the World Series.
I
Like,
I think that's great for baseball. Like you want as many game 7s as you can get. You're looking at it too biased, and I respect that, but you're an idiot.
no, I'm not an idiot on this one.
You are definitely an
No,
idiot. It is
no.
good for baseball. I guarantee you, the people in charge of baseball are like, yes, 100% of the time we want that to happen.
That's because the people that run baseball are idiots. I mean, there's a reason Rob Manfred is the worst commissioner in all sports. He's a moron.
It's still good for baseball. It might not be
Whatever.
good for fanfare or for non-Yankees fans or non-Dodgers fans. Well, Dodgers fans want this done yesterday, but
Okay, hold on. Quick little side question here. Who would it feel actually worse for if the Yankees did come back and win the World Series? Dodgers fans or Red Sox fans?
I'd say Red Sox. Well, no, I'm never feeling sorry for a Red Sox fan. They're usually
No.
Patriots fans.
I'm not saying who you would feel most sorry for, but who would it feel worse for? Like, who would actually be in more agony?
Ooh,
I think it'd be the Red Sox.
I think you're right.
Just
Now
because I mean,
kinda want-
LA sports fans are like, I don't know, high maintenance, and they're like, whatever, we'll just go.
Now
to the
you
pitch. We don't
see
really care.
why did you say that? Now you kind of make me want to cheer for the Yankees because I just don't like Boston.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you uttered those. I mean, so you hate Boston more than you hate New York?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I don't. Thanks, Christian. You got me right. You got both of us riled up now. Congrats. I think you got me more fired up. I was finally maybe starting to get calmed down from the NASCAR race and everything because I was still really ticked about that. And now I was kind of on a low. I'm starting to kind of calm down, and now we're back up.
It's fine. It'll buff.
It will. Hey, but you know what? Sometimes, Cody, you know what makes me feel happy sometimes, or can help me like relax from my anger? Candy, comfort
I do
food,
like candy. Nice
especially
segue.
Halloween candy.
I do
Yeah,
like
thank
Halloween. It's like it's coming up on Thursday.
Oh wait, it is. Yeah, you're right.
Same night that the Texans are gonna beat the Jets.
In Gotham City, as they like to call NYC. Actually, they're in East Rutherford, though, so I guess it's technically not New York. It's New Jersey.
Exactly. Now you look like an idiot.
Thank you. It doesn't take a lot to make me look like an idiot anyway. So,
Definitely not.
but Cody, our top 5 this week is our top 5 Halloween candy. Like like when you're trick or treating and stuff, and you're going. you're going like either door to door, even just your grandparents, and you're like, okay, please just give me the good stuff.
Fill me
like
the candy that I want.
Yeah, don't give me don't give me any of the weak stuff. But before we dive into that, as always, our top 5 is brought to you by Lick Tags Lawn Care, who specialize in complete lawn maintenance and health, snow and ice control, and small engine repair. Which, Cody, we actually got some rain again. I mean,
Supposed to get a lot of it tomorrow.
I've heard that too. So I don't know if that means that any grass will still grow, or if that just means I'll just have to wait a few days to pick up all the leaves and all that other fun stuff. But for any lawn care questions you may have, give the guys a call at 563-203-4238.
Great idea.
Okay.
Well,
should we dive into this?
My numero 5. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Numero cinco is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Interesting.
Is that higher on your list?
Oh, it's way higher on my list.
It's not numero uno?
No, it's not numero uno. I might throw you a little curveball for my number 5 here.
Okay.
Nestle's Crunch Bars.
Yeah, my wife loves those.
Especially little fun size ones. I don't know. Those scents are just... I don't know. I always love those scents. Those were good.
They are good. I am going to throw you one that... It's like a parade candy, too, but I love it when I get fruities. Like the fruit Tootsie Roll. Oh, I love those things. As long as it's not the green apple, like the fruit punch or the blue raspberry or the grape ones, strawberry. Like any of them, the only 2 I don't like really are watermelon and green apple. Other than that, I can eat those all day.
I hate all Tootsie Rolls. Like, all of that stuff. They taste awful.
You're wrong.
I would never wrong.
You're always wrong.
Okay, number 4.
You've been wrong on picks at least 10 times more than I have this year. About to be more. What's up? Keep going.
Just come through.
Number 4.
I should just come through this computer screen and just smoke you right in the face. I think your wife would love me for that.
Probably.
Okay. My number 4, Hershey's. Just a little Hershey's bar. Like, when I'm thinking of Halloween candy, I'm just thinking, like the little fun-sized candy bars.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah.
That makes a difference on mine, because, well, for number 3, I love Smarties. I always dig through Smarties.
Ooh. That's an interesting. I did not pick that in your top 5. That's interesting. Especially that high.
Delicious.
Okay. My number 3, M&M's.
Okay. I can dig it. Just regular M&M's?
See, usually for like Halloween candy, that's what we always got. Like whenever we go to play, because I don't think a lot of places had like the peanut butter. Like for me, the rankings for M&Ms are peanut butter, regular, and then peanut. I don't like peanut at all.
Yeah. Anyway, it's probably true though. Like peanut ones are probably a little hard to give out just because there's so many kids with like peanut allergies anymore too.
Ooh, yeah, I never thought of it that way. But yeah, because it's always nice. You cut open the little bag of just regular M&Ms and you can just quickly eat that in all one setting.
Oh yeah.
I mean I can do that with a normal bag too, but
right. Now, see, the number 2, I'm glad you said that the fun size is what you're thinking of, because actually, like, the little fun size I like better than the regular ones for some strange reason. 3 Musketeers.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know. If you give me, like, the little bite size or the fun size, both of those 2, I could demolish them. But you give me a bar, I get sick of them.
Yeah, I know. Some stuff is just weird like that.
I mean, I can eat, like, 8 or 10 of the fun size one, so it's like more than a regular bar, but
yeah, but you don't feel like you're eating as much. Like,
yeah, they're bite size.
Exactly. Okay, number 2, one you already had on your list: Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Nice.
I love chocolate peanut butter.
It is
especially. I love. I mean, not that this is Halloween candy, but you know me. I love the Reese's Big Cups.
Oh yeah, I haven't tried the caramel one. I want to try that one.
Yeah, if I ever get one, I'll just give it to you. I'm not a caramel guy at all, so.
My number one, wild berry Skittles. The purple bag. Oh God.
Oh, okay,
My
okay, I gotcha.
my favorite is the blue bag, the tropical, but you never get those in the minis. Like the only time I ever remember getting those is Easter. Once in a great
That's
while.
understandable. I hate Skittles. I'm just gonna say that right now. I know that's probably a very unpopular take, but I hate Skittles.
Skittles hate you.
I prefer M&Ms of the Mars family. Again, who discusses? I'm never wrong. So, okay,
I've proven it that you are. So I don't know what.
lies, fake news. Okay, number one on my list, Kit Kat, especially the little fun size Kit Kats, because much like you were saying with the Three Musketeers, you can eat the little ones and it doesn't feel like you're eating that many compared to the big
Yeah.
one. Same thing with a Kit Kat. Like I can easily demolish like 4, 5, 6 of just those little individual Kit Kats compared to just eating one like normal 4 sticker.
Dude, I haven't had a Kit Kat in years. I'm not a big fan of wafer.
Okay, I remember you saying that. But yeah, especially the little fun size Kit Kats. Oh, I love those things so much. I
Here's
mean,
Andy
even
with them all.
they have a white chocolate one too. Those things are pretty good.
Oh, yuck. I don't like white chocolate.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. So I'll give you my Skittles. You give me your
Perfect.
Kit Kat,
Done.
and then we trade.
Uh,
It's like
I would say I'd
it's
give you
like
my white chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups, but my wife would murder me.
oh, good. I'll fight Courtney to the death then for him.
I know who I have my money on.
Yeah, I know who I would have my money on too, and it wouldn't be me. No, your wife would probably kill me. So
Yep.
she's such a
I'm
nice lady.
surprised she hasn't. I'm surprised she hasn't killed me yet. It's inevitable.
That makes a lot of people. I think a lot of people have that same question, Cody.
She is statistically the most likely person to kill me. So
that makes sense.
Yeah,
because your mouth can run just a little bit. I don't know if you know that.
God, it's not good. I wish I could control it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do. Trust me, a lot of people wish you could control it.
I know.
Like the guy who you're talking to right now.
He has terrible opinions anyway.
Lies. So, that is our top 5. Because we love candy here.
Almost as much as we love fullbacks.
We do love fullbacks, don't we?
They are people too.
They are. So anything else you want to add aside from that?
Well, yeah. Like, subscribe, follow, give us 5-star ratings, and all of the things. Watch, tell your friends, make fun of Andy with me and his terrible food takes.
My food takes aren't totally horrible.
And also remember, I think this is the last episode before you get out and vote.
That's true. I forgot election day is next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Well, also, NFL trade deadline day. Just a fun fact, too. Kind of surprising that they put both of those together, but
I don't think they kind of think about them together at the same time.
That is true. That is very true. So, thank you, everybody, for listening. Make sure you leave some comments. Heck, even let us know what you love for candy, because we are candy lovers here.
For sure.
And we will see you next week.
Can't wait. Peace.